Alright, so what we're going to be doing today is going over a full game. This is something I pulled off Twitch. This was from a while ago, so it's actually using my budget mic for Xbox. But from now on, if you see me streaming, I'm using the same mic I'm using for this, so the quality is a lot better. But the reason I wanted to show you guys this game is because it actually has to do with high kills. And you guys are going to get to see me go for it live and go through my thought process and things like that. Just before I loaded into the game, it was going to be my last one for the night, and somebody's like, drop a 40 bomb. I'm like, well, we can try.
We can try.
And that's me literally saying it. You can even hear that I'm eating chips in the background. So it's super casual day. Not greasy chips, because I will definitely ruin your aiming. And it just makes your controller gross. You'd be surprised. When I took apart my my first Elite controller to try to fix it, like, you get dead skin going into the actual controller. It's actually pretty gross, but that's probably part of the reason why things start going bad with controllers and even your keyboard or your mouse. If you've ever actually like taken off the keys, you know that you do get stuff in it. So it's definitely not a good idea to be eating and doing stuff like that.
Okay. Let's take battery back so our ion is upper.
So right now I'm kind of making my build. Somebody had asked me to use the Mozambique, and I'm like, well, for this level, it's not going to work. This level's also got a lot of people usually posting up. That's just kind of the nature of the level because of the way that it's set up. So I already had a good idea of how I was going to play this. I'm starting off in the tower just so I can get a feel for things.
You guys saw me come up here. Just gave up on me.
And that's one of those times where I'm like, you know, like, why aren't they shooting at me? And that was kind of close, but usually this will start setting off some alarms for the opposing team. If I start seeing people that are going to be on the tower, it's like you have to get rid of them. If not, they're a huge hindrance to not only yourself, but your team in general. And at the beginning of this game, I'm like,
your team getting whopped. Wow, some of these guys don't have any kills.
Well, see, that's again me gauging how this match is going to go.
Just like easing off these guys. Honestly, Titan control on this map is especially hard to break because of the backfield.
So this is me already just kind of talking about what happens when your team is getting stomped. Because the thing is, it's not just your team that's getting stomped, but when they're losing, you're going to start losing because they're going to have Titans ahead of you. And if you want a lot of kills, there's different ways to do it. Like, there's a couple of techniques that I don't like in particular. And one of the biggest things is that as a pilot, killing pilots, it's super fast, right? The TTK is really low. And as a pilot versus Titans, TTK again is very low. You have a lot of one-hit options. But Titans versus Titan fights take really long. And I know that when I'm fighting against a tough team, I super prioritize Titans. And I also use my Titan a whole lot more. When you're playing a team that's less skilled, you're actually going to get a lot more kills if you just stay as a pilot because you're more mobile. And plus, as a Titan, usually other Titans are going to be trying to get you. Or if you're a Titan, usually if you're looking at other Titans, you're also going to have to fight them. At least typically. And to me, that's how it should be. But there's a lot of people that won't get into their Titans specifically, so they don't have to deal with Titans, which will end up... it'll reflect in your kills. If you're in a match where the other team is better than you, then staying out of your Titan doesn't do you any good. But with the opposite, you'll actually end up gaining a lot of ground because you're just going to be getting a lot more kills. But now let's go back to the thing, like, let's just say the game is really close and you're somebody that does not help with Titans. Either you're not shooting them at all as a pilot, because again, it's gonna end up going into your kills because you're taking a lot longer in engagements, or you're just not helping in Titans in general when you're in your Titan. Like, I think that makes you such a bad player. Even if you get a lot of kills, generally you have not helped the team out as much, because Titans make such a big difference in attrition. Somebody saw me play the other day and they were like, what, you don't like Titans? And I'm like, no, if we're stomping a team though, I'm not going to bother getting my Titan because usually it just means I'm going to stomp them harder. If a game is serious, you're going to need your Titan. If not, you're just not on an even footing and you're going to be losing. You're not going to be losing out on kills because if there isn't somebody controlling the other team's Titan population, your kills just go down. Because if everybody's in a Titan, you're not getting fast kills. That's just a fact, right? So if you do want to keep the kills rolling, you have to keep them out of their Titans, which means that you're either just going to stomp them so they can't earn their Titan as quick, which is also affected by your team because if they're feeding, they're going to get Titans regardless of what you do. Or you're just taking out their Titans as quickly as possible as soon as they drop so they don't end up steamrolling you. And this level is definitely tough. I've been talking the whole time, and you may have missed it because my mic is really low, but I started talking about grunts and how in this game I'm going to have to probably kill them all.
I wasn't even joking about the grunt thing.
See, this is me just talking about that right now because I could already tell right from the beginning that I was going to have to post up more because I'm not going to have that support from my team where they're making sure I don't get flanked. And we're just going to need the extra points because a lot of them are dying a ton. And this kind of brings me to my next point that some people won't kill grunts because, again, it eats up into their kill potential because obviously the game ends, you can't get any more kills. So they may not help their team just to get a few more kills themselves. So yeah, right from the beginning of this game, I knew I was going for high kills, which definitely changes the way that I play. Like, am I going to eject through my Titan just to get that one kill? It's like, no, I'm just going to laser them. Am I going to get out of my Titan right now to chase this guy? It's like you could, but you're, for the possibility of one kill, I'm losing a lot of potential for a lot more kills by losing my Titan, right? There's a lot of techniques that only work when you're already winning, and that make more sense if they don't have Titans. So when you see me do certain things when in different scenarios, it's hard to know what's actually the right play because of the scenario. I don't know how I'm not getting this kill right now. That was weird. But yeah, it's always not super easy to tell, especially if you're not super familiar with the game, with what strats you should actually be using. But again, one of those things that I really hate about high kill games, if I see somebody that they got high kills and it was a close game, but they weren't putting in Titan work. Like, that to me says that you're just not a team player. And for me, I find that my team is going to have a lot better time if we're controlling the Titans, because no one likes to get rolled by Titans all the time or have Ronin just slice them up consecutively, like on levels like Crash Site. I will sacrifice the body for the team on Crash Site because that's just what you have to do. That's the same thing on Complex. You have to almost expect to die when you're playing against a Ronin, because the thing is, they just cut the distance on you so fast. So death is just part of the game in those scenarios. But the thing is, if you're somebody that's going to be avoiding it, it just doesn't help. So usually it doesn't do you much good, because not only that, like, I feel that yes, I'm going to die, but I'm going to die less in comparison to some of the other players on the team. Does that make sense to you? Like, if you know you're one of the above average players, you kind of have to do your part. And yeah, it's going to usually end up impeding on your ability to get high kill games, but everybody's experience goes a lot better. At least that's my opinion. Oh, it's laser time. Let's see if we can do it. I always try to do it on the up, honestly, just for the extra difficulty, which is probably not a good idea, but I have nothing else to do in this game. Like, I have to continuously challenge myself. If not, then what am I doing? Here's another opportunity.
Wow, this game has everything right now.
Stand by for Titanfall. You are dominating.
Here we go, somebody that knows how to use the emote.
It's going well. I've got some
Awesome.
talented pilots here. That pilot doesn't stand a
But I think the main thing about this video is that if you're going to get a high kill game, you have to go in there thinking that you're actually going to be going for kills, which means that you're going to have to play a certain way, especially for myself, because I try to put away a little bit more of my shenanigans and I try to be more straight up, which means that I'm just looking to shoot guys. I'm not looking to give too many opportunities. I probably shouldn't be trying for the stylish kills, which to me right now is, if I'm going to be going for goosers, I shouldn't be trying to shoot them on the up. Technically, I should wait till they plateau where the speed is already slower, making it easier to aim. And if you really, really, really want to make it even easier, you wait for them to use their double jump. At which point, it should be practically a guaranteed kill. That's the same thing even if you're using a primary. Like, G2 users have a really easy way to get rid of people trying to eject from their Titans. Same with the Spitfire, actually. The submachine guns, you have to wait till they get a little bit closer and all that stuff, but the risk is that obviously if they're that close, usually they have a pretty good opening to just drop an ordnance on you, or to just shoot you themselves. Because from up there, you see a lot, right? You always have to watch for the ordnances, though. That's the most lethal thing of the thing. That's the most lethal weapon that anybody ejecting can use on you. So this game was really close at the beginning. Well, we were actually losing at the beginning. But I've been doing a lot of work with my Titan, which goes to show you that one person can actually win a whole game in Titanfall. Obviously, it's not ideal. No one ever wants to see that, but with the way that matchmaking is in this game and the lack of population, well, it just kind of the way it is.
Might actually hit 40, yeah, maybe.
So there's somebody in the chat telling me that, hey, you're actually on pace. I'm like, okay, well, we're going to keep going. Right now I have almost 100 points left, or I have 100 points left, so I think we're going to be okay. Now this is funny, I have a Titan behind me, but
I know you're trying to kill him, but I want the kill. My Scorch is like, what are you doing?
I'm like, I don't need your help. I need 40 kills, that's what I actually need. This is when I'm really looking for them now. When I'm really close, this is where I start getting super antsy about getting more and more and more and more and more kills.
Winning team. Keep it up.
We hit 40 yet? Well, we're at 42. Never mind. Don't even have to hit any lasers anymore.
Yep. It's pretty easy from here on.
Dominating.
50 would have been nice, but you have to have pretty damn good conditions in order to hit
Reapers may
50.
kill me though.
30, I think if you're somebody that just uses their gun, does nothing fancy, I think 30 is definitely something that's very doable. 40 is when you start looking for ideal situations, which means that your team isn't very good, so they're not going to be taking a lot of kills. And usually the other team's not going to have to be very good as well. When I'm playing with a party and I see somebody that's like getting high kills, usually I'll try to tone it down too, because I want them to have the opportunity. I stop killing Reapers, I stop killing AI, because that's just going to end up eating into their kills. And sometimes I like seeing other people get really high kill games as well. And that's another way that you can actually help your teammates achieve that. Damn Reapers, eh? Anyways, that's pretty much the end of this video. Let me know a little bit about what your strategies are when you're really looking to get a lot of kills. And what have you noticed as a trend that actually helps you achieve that? Other than, of course, having like lopsided teams. On the other hand, why don't you go for really high kills? Because you're somebody that likes to use the hardcore weapons. Like, I know everybody's going to be playing this game differently. I'm not always going for kills. Usually I'm going more so for fun, but every so often it's kind of nice putting up big numbers. So I totally understand that. But I'm also somebody that doesn't like abusing it. And when I'm looking at footage of high kill games, like, I assess them based on how did you get your high kills? What weapons were you using? What's the other team looking like? Were you putting in that work on Titans? Because those are the things that I'm looking at when I'm trying to judge whether a game is good or not.
Maybe 2 laser kills out of 45. When you really think about it, nothing was like amazing.
This was just me criticizing my own game, because I'm like, was it really a good game?
Actually, the ion shots were pretty consistent though. That was the only good thing about that game.
One grapple eject. There was the laser snipe. Not even that many. I have this one wild game with a ridiculous amount of laser kills. And I think I may show you guys some of that, but I think it's something I've already shown you guys, so maybe we're gonna have to change it up actually. Yeah, I'm gonna throw you guys a curveball for the next video. But if you guys got a kick out of this one, you know, it's just a pretty standard game, pretty standard commentary, you know, just kind of talking about my views. There's just not that much new stuff when it comes to Titanfall, which is probably why I haven't made that many videos lately. But I'm gonna try to throw you guys a curveball for the next one. We're gonna try to think outside the box. But don't forget, catch me on Twitch if you guys want to see me playing live. Just join in the conversation. Stop by to say hi. If you guys enjoyed this video, you guys can leave a comment here. Let me know what you guys have. Just anything about Titanfall, because to be honest, I need to hear something new. So drop me a line. Give me something fresh to try out. I'm Paper. Cut to you. And I'll see you guys next time.